Hey everyone, I appreciate you taking a look at my channel. As an introduction, I'm your carnivore curmudgeon, and I am an actual carnivore, but I am not an actual curmudgeon, mostly. And if you're familiar with my story, for the last 5 weeks now, I have been doing a carnivore reboot, a reset, a restart, if you will, on my carnivore journey to get myself back on track. And for this video, I thought I would invite you into my kitchen, where from time to time I just like to take a lazy day where I don't have anything else to do and do some experimentation, some prep work, and some carnivore success planning. So let's jump right into my day, Saturday, December the 10th, 2022. And how better to start off the day than fueling my day with some leftover steak, some venison breakfast sausage, some additional beef fat, and some eggs before I really got down to work, which started with getting some sausages that I made the day before and cased up onto the smoker. This is going to be about a 3.5 to 4 hour process. So I want to get this started first thing in the morning so that I can get on with some other things. And we have had the privilege of harvesting 3 deer this year here in North Carolina. And so I have an abundance of venison. This is 70% venison, 30% pork fat sausages that I linked up, as I said. And the spices are from a recipe I got on Chudd's Barbecue, which is a great YouTube channel if you're interested in this kind of meat processing. I set my smoker to as close as 150 as I could, but I had to fiddle with that thing the entire time it was smoking. But while it was smoking, as I said, it was about a 3.5 hour process. It was time to can up some venison stew. I like to can it because it can go on the shelf, it doesn't have to be refrigerated, and it's already cooked, so it's ready anytime I want to take a quart out and put it in a pot, and in 10 minutes dinner is served. So starting with the basics, I got myself some nice clean mason jars and lids. Here I'm just putting together the pressure cooker lid and gauge. And now it's time to fill those jars up. I had about 4 quarts of stew meat left from a deer I just processed throughout the week. And so that's what I'm going to be canning up today. Now, like any good Southerner, what I'm going to do here is I'm going to poke it with a stick. That's going to get all those air pockets out. One cube of bouillon to make some delicious broth as the meat releases its juices. And wipey with some vinegar on a rag to make sure that the top is clean so each lid can have a good chance to seal properly. As I mentioned, it is Saturday, so, bath day. In this case, a delightful pressure cooker bath. Now our water has come up to temperature and it's been steaming for 10 minutes. It's time to put on the pressure cooker weight. And I'm going to babysit this thing and watch that it cooks at 11 pounds of pressure for the next hour and 15 minutes. But no reason to sit around doing nothing while it's doing its thing. I'm going to make some pork rind chaffles. 3 simple ingredients: an egg, some mozzarella cheese, and some pork rinds. To make some crispy chaffles for snacking or for whatever I might care to use it for. Okay, watch this pro move. You know, this little devil says right on the top, hot surface, don't touch. Yeah, it's not just there for giggles. Anyway, put this sticky batter into the little waffle maker, spread it all around, and close the lid and let it cook. And in just a few minutes, you'll have something that you can use to snack on like a cracker. You can use it for a hamburger bun or a sandwich bun. There's a lot of different things you can use these chaffles for. I like these because they're crispy, and you can heat them up in the toaster and put some cheese or something on it if you like. They're pretty versatile, but I only had a half a cup of pork rinds already ground, so I only made 2 today. And at this point in the day, it's been 3.5 hours since we put that sausage in. And I'm not trying to cook this sausage, I'm just trying to get some real good smoke on them, cold smoking them. But I do need to stop the cooking process, so I'm going to take them out and put them in an ice bath so that they don't cook anymore. They'll be fully cooked right before they're eaten. What do you think, Dig? Find something tasty? And while I let that sausage cool and while my pressure cooker continues to cook my stew meat, I'm going to take the last 2 things from the venison I processed, 2 roasts from the hind quarter, and I'm going to vacuum seal them so I can take them over to my daughter and our son-in-law and our granddaughters. Last thing, and this particular deer is done. And look what else is done. We got to let this pressure canner cool for quite a while. So while we do, those sausages that we put in the ice bath are now cooled off, and it's time to get them nice and dry so I can put them in the refrigerator. And after they've sat in the refrigerator overnight, I'll put them in vacuum sealer bags and then into the freezer. The pressure canner is still cooling off, so why not make one more thing while we wait? I'm going to make some bacon cheese bites. They're very simple. I'm going to make another video where I show how to make these and also the chaffles I made earlier with complete recipes. But first I've got to grate some cheese. Oops, some fell right off that plate and into my mouth. Hate it when that happens. And I've got myself a silicone muffin top pan, and I'm just going to put some cheese in each one of these. No measurements, just some cheese in the cups. And it's time for bacon. Come to think of it, when isn't it time for bacon? Into the oven for 18 minutes. And our pressure canner has finally released all of its pressure and has cooled off. So we can get this stew out of its bath. Always got to turn that lid away or you'll get a face full of really unpleasant hot steam. Now these guys are just going to sit on a clean towel while they finish cooling off and the lids all hopefully snap into place the way they're supposed to. But you can see that for quite some time, even after you take them out, they're still boiling hot. Ooh, cheese bite time. I just let them cool off maybe 10 to 15 minutes, and then they pop right out of the silicone mold. This is known as the tasty cheesy bite dance. Always label your mason jars. It doesn't matter if you think that you're going to remember what's in there, and it doesn't matter if it seems obvious. Label your mason jars. And into the carnivorous closet of dreams. And before we close the kitchen for good for the evening, gotta make a couple of, I don't know, steaks. Yeah, steak sounds good. Now I know everybody's different, but this is my kind of therapy. This is my kind of day off. And when it's done, I feel a great sense of satisfaction. Thanks for joining me, and I hope to see you next time.